Hi everyone. Today I'm talking with Yutty, and Yutty is living in Japan, and she's originally from China. She's a good friend of mine, and we've been friends for a few years now. So I want to ask her some questions about life in Japan. And if this is your first time joining me here talking on Regan Radio, then what I do is we use English, and in this video we're going to use English and Chinese. Yuti's going to use mostly Chinese, and I'll try to translate some of that, but there should be captions to give you some help. If you can't speak Chinese and you're just learning, this might be a little bit difficult, but we're going to do it anyway, so let's have a try. So we got these questions here. Question number one is, how long have you lived in Tokyo?
我是2019年3月30号来这里，我最好的朋友的生日，
That
所
was
以
all 2019, right?
对3年半，马上4年了。这3年半快4年，一次也没回去过，一直都在日本这边。
You feel more comfortable there now?
我觉得现在还过得挺开心的，说实话，就是你也知道现在中国因为那个疫情现在什么样子嘛，所以现在我在这边还蛮开心的。然后我是觉得在这边我想做什么我就能做什么，比如说我最近喜欢冲浪，我就可以很轻易的，好，我就1个小时我就可以去冲浪。但是如果比如说我在中国的话，可能会很难，我要去很南边的什么海南什么之类的。然后在这边，就是朋友也有，然后比如说好吃的也有，就是一切都很方便，我觉得。
I just learned this word recently, Chonglang. So Yuti's saying that she's happy in Tokyo, and that whatever she wants to do, she can do, or whatever you want to get, you can get, I think she said. And so Chonglang means surfing. So recently she's been learning how to surf, and I saw some videos and she looks pretty good, better than me, although I've never been surfing before. And that's pretty cool. Like, I didn't know you could go like have surfing lessons in Tokyo, so that's pretty cool. Let me ask you a second question here. How long do you plan to stay in Tokyo?
说实话，没有计划。因为我是今年毕业的嘛，今年3月在日本毕业，然后其实当时我也没想到我会留在东京，留在日本。我现在也没想到，比如说当时我会留下来，可能当时就觉得，回中国可能找工作什么也很麻烦，然后在这边起码现在做的工作是我喜欢的工作，所以好，那我就留下来。所以我没什么计划，我觉得我就是那种不太有计划的人，你知道吗？就是包括做那个测试，就4个字母那个测试，我是 ESFP，也没有不是一个计划型的人。
Can I translate some of this? So you finished your study in January, February, March of this year, and you didn't really plan on staying in Tokyo or staying in Japan, right? And the rest, I forgot the rest, but I feel like that was the most important thing, that you don't know how long you're going to stay in Japan, right?
对，就是我没有什么计划，就是看我在这边舒不舒服吧。我要是觉得开心的话，可能留在这里。但是比如说别的地方有更好的机会，可能会更开心一点，我可能会
I get it.
换到那边。
Got it. So, you're happy to stay there, but if some better opportunity comes up, then you might jump on that opportunity and go and do that. Yeah, cool. Question number 3. Where are you from in China, and what's special about where you're from?
我是来自中国东北，中国东北有3个省嘛，黑龙江、吉林、辽宁，我是最下面的辽宁。我来自辽宁沈阳，那边特别的地方的话2个吧，一个就是冬天特别冷，然后第二个特别的可能就是口音，中国的口音，东北口音，应该是这2个事情。第3个可能那边的饮食吃的，那边菜都很大，然后就是很东北的感觉。
Dongbei. So Dongbei, you said this a few times. Dongbei, Dongbei, Dongbei. This is the northeast of China, right?
对，
Northeast.
也是我俩认识的地方。
So the northeast Dongbei is up near Korea, like North Korea, South Korea. And she said there's 3 different provinces, 3 different parts in Dongbei.
嗯
One was Jilin, another was Heilongjiang and Liaoning, right? And she lives in the Liaoning province, which is really close to, actually, it borders with North Korea. And
嗯，
but her city is not actually next to North Korea. She's from Shenyang. Shenyang. What's the 声调 for Shenyang?
沈是三，阳是二，沈阳。
Shenyang. Shenyang.
嗯
Yeah.
嗯，
And Shenyang is a really big city. Do you know how many millions of people live in Shenyang?
我看一下哦。
Yeah, you can 查一下. And it's close to, I spent a lot of time in Dalian, and Dalian is also in Liaoning, so, or Dongbei. Liaoning Sheng, so Liaoning province, and then Dongbei, the northeast of China. So
哇
Dalian
哦
and Shenyang are really close to each other. How many people?
哦，这边有820啊，2017年的时候是829万，830万。
So maybe is that like 8 million?
嗯
Oh, that's only a little bit more than Dalian. Maybe it's more today because, that's 2017, right? So now we're 2022. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's like 9 million, maybe 10 million. I don't know. Could
嗯，
be more.
因为那是之前的数据。
Although I think a lot of people didn't have babies during COVID, maybe, I guess. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're from Shenyang, and you said that there's three special things about that city, and they were, one was the big food, lots of food, right?
嗯，
And what do you mean by lots of food?
就是你和南方，就比如说你去饭店吃饭，他们会给你食物，对吧？一个菜，但是可能你去东北的话，它菜那个盘子就会很大，食物的
Right.
量很多。但是你如果在南方的话，可能他们盘子就很小，然后都是菜那个量也很小。因为你
Hmm.
去过上海，你有感觉，你也在北方和南方生活过，你有这种感觉吗？
Well, I feel like, first Yutty saying that in the north, maybe in Dongbei, the plates are bigger, the quantity of
嗯
food is more,
嗯
and in the south, maybe they have smaller portions, smaller amounts of food, smaller
嗯
plates. And she's asking me, what do I think? Because I lived in the north and in the south. But when I lived in Shanghai, I was always at like Western restaurants, foreign restaurants. So I don't really know. Uh, but let me get to this other. So you said there were three things about Shenyang. One was the big quantities of food. Another one was the Dongbei Korean, the accent, or
嗯
Dongbei, was it Dongbei Hua, the dialect.
嗯，东北话对。
And like, what's special about that?
就是如果你懂中文的话，然后你在中国，如果你听到一个人他是东北人，你如果听他说话的话，你马上就会知道啊，他是东北的。
But what makes that like special among other like dialects in China?
就是怎么说，听起来很垮，就是你觉得听起来没有那么的好听。
Okay, so actually, I think I know what you mean. A lot of people talk about the Dongbei accent or the Dongbei dialect. Can I call it a dialect? Maybe I don't know if I should
可
call
以
it
吧？
dialect or an accent, or a language. I don't know. But it's Yudi saying it doesn't sound that good. But I've heard people say that they like the sound of it. So I don't know
嗯，
what to think. Anyway, the third thing, I can't remember what the other thing
冬
was
天
in
很
Shanghai.
冷，
Oh
冬
yeah, oh
天
my
很冷。
god. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Everywhere like Dongbei, Jilin, Heilongjiang, all of like the northeastern part of China is just so cold, and the
对
inner
你记，
Mongolia is so cold.
对你记得我那个时候，我们两个刚认识的时候，然后那个冬天我去了那个哈尔滨，你记得吧？
Yeah, I remember.
好冷啊，超冷啊，就是冷
Yes.
到什么程度？我想找我朋友或者是我妈妈一起跟我去，没人跟我去，所以后来我
Yeah.
自己去了，大
Yeah,
家都不
I'm
想
not
去。
going to go with you. There's no way I'm going to go there. I can barely manage like Dalian. I couldn't manage Harbin. Harbin is like the super. It's like, maybe it's the coldest place in China. Is that right?
嗯，最北边的差不多。
Harbin. I wish we had a map, like we could show people on the map. Anyway,
嗯
so Shenyang is really cold, super duper cold. Let me get another question here. Number 6 is, so that was question 3 and 4 put together. Question 6, is there a place that you really like to visit in Tokyo? I forgot we're talking about Japan. We just talked about China so much.
东京的话，其实我觉得大部分东京的地方都很热闹。比如说，如果我问你，你提到东京，你会想到哪些地方？你可能想到的是西布亚这种地方，对吧？然后那个地方就是很热闹。其实大家去可能就是吃饭什么之类的。其实我更喜欢的其实是东京周边的一些地方，比如说像有克哈妈，还有卡马库拉这些地方，它就是不属于东京的，但是是在东京旁边。比如说这个是东京旁边这个地方，就是那个像我刚刚说的有克哈妈还有卡马库拉这些地方。那些地方就怎么说？因为有海，有大海，然后可能平时放假的时候，很多人都会去那边玩。然后那边你也会觉得很放松 ，relaxing。
There were some Japanese words in there like Yokohama and where else?
Kamakura.
Kamakura. So there's some places around Tokyo that I think Yutty likes. But she did mention Shibuya, right? Which seems to be the place that a lot of people know about. This really, she said, 热闹的很热闹的地方. So how do you translate 热闹? Loud, busy?
Crowded,
Crowded, yeah. 热闹，
比如
很热闹的。
说像刚刚的那个万圣节 Halloween 万圣节，因为喜布亚就是非常有名的，就是一到万圣节就会那边就是一个大 party， 很多人就会去那边去各种衣服，大家就走在街上，然后大家一起那玩，所以就是人特别多。其实东京就是这种感觉。
Yutty's just giving an example of like 热闹，一个很热闹的地方. So a crowded place like during Halloween in Shibuya, there are a lot of people, and she said it was just like a big party there. And it's interesting because Chinese people do use that word party. They just say like, 很大的一个 party. 我们明天有一个 party, right? 咱们去 party. So you can that's a really good kind of Chinglish word that you can use when you talk with people, but you can use it as the verb and also the noun. I think like 咱们去 party 吧，
咱们去 party 一下。
我有一个 party 明天，你要不要来跟我们一起 party 吧？Party. Okay, that's cool. So a couple of places like I think Yutty is talking about the outskirts. You got to get outside of Tokyo maybe to find cool place. Like everyone maybe knows about the places inside of Tokyo. Maybe those are a bit overused or over traveled. Anyway, let me get another question for you here. Have you done number 7? Have you done any travel to other cities?
有啊，因为我主要是在关东嘛，就是日本的西边和东边。因为我是在东京这一边，所以我在关东现在，但是我有旅行到西边，就是日本的西部，像大家知道的 Osaka、Nara、Kyoto， 然后那个瓦嘎亚马，还去了那个 Kobe， 就这个地方。
Some of these places I know, like Kobe and what else?
Kobe 你知道，因为
so many Japanese
Kobe 因为
Kobe
因为那个牛肉很有名，对吧 ？Kobe beef。然后
Wow,
Osaka.
This one I know.
Kyoto
I know.
Kyoto 你也知道对吧 ？Nara,
I don't know Nara.
Nara 有很多那个 deers， 很多鹿。
What? Deer. Yeah.
有很多的鹿。
很多的鹿 deer. Okay, so you've been and done some travel. It sounds like you've gone mostly to the, what is that? That's the southwest. You've gone down.
对，是往西边吧。
To the west. Okay. Just because people maybe don't know, I've never been to Japan before. I'd love to go to Japan. So that's why it's difficult for me to remember some of these names because my geography of Japan is not so. My geography in general is pretty bad, except of China. I think my geography of China is pretty good. Okay, so you've done a little bit of travel. Number 8 is a slightly different question. What was the hardest thing to get used to in Japan for you?
我觉得最开始啊，我刚来日本的时候，可能是他们的支付方式，因为我在中国的时候，大家你也知道，我出门就完全可以不带钱包的。我觉得你可能在中国的时候也是吧，就是出门你不带钱包就可以了，因为你有阿里 Pay，你有 WeChat Pay，所有地方就算你坐出租车啊，然后坐 bus 啊，坐公交车全都可以，就是用那些。但是我来日本之后，我真的刚来日本最头疼的就是他们的钱，有很多硬币。我刚来的时候有没有很习惯，你知道吗？然后就是好多好多硬币，很多钱，然后每次都是这种现金支付，所以一开始没有很习惯。但是现
嗯
在的话，因为现在可能日本这边有 PayPay 或者是 Line Pay 这些，但是可能是去年或者是2020年左右大家才开始用的。但是就是说，虽然现在大家都开始用，但是也没有说那么普及。就比如说你去买东西，大家我觉得首选的还会是现金
one of those was Line Pay. What was the other one?
PayPay。
PayPay. Interesting.
而且你知道吗？就是 PayPay，它为了就是让大家就是更多的想让大家都来用这个 PayPay，都来用这个线上的这个方式支付方式，它给了大家很多优惠。就比如说你是一个新客户，你用 PayPay，它会给你一些钱，给你一些 point。
So the most
嗯
difficult thing for UT so far has been the payment functions. So if you're familiar with how you pay for things in China these days, most people in China are not carrying cash or coins and they just use their phone. They use WeChat Pay or Alipay.
嗯
Japan, from what UT tells me, is not quite on the same level. I don't think any country is on the same level as China right now. And in Japan, they have just recently, in the last maybe few years, they
嗯
introduced Line Pay and PayPay, which are two companies. Actually, Line is a like the app that most Japanese people use. It's like the
嗯
WeChat of
嗯
Japan, Line. And that has a payment function. And the other one she talked about is called PayPay. I haven't heard of PayPay, but I know the Line app. I had this app on my phone a long time ago, but it doesn't work. I think it stopped working in China, so I stopped using it. Like a lot
嗯
of like a lot of apps in China. Anyway,
嗯
uh, okay, so I completely understand your problem because even in New Zealand, I come here and I have problems, but like I have to have cash. I have to use my FBOS card, but it's okay. It's not so bad. Let me give you another question. Number 9. Are there many Chinese people in Tokyo and what are they doing?
好多啊，就是多到什么程度？我觉得特别有意思的事情就是，你走在街上，就是你很轻易的，你就会听到中文，你知道吗？就是可能走着走着就两个人在说中文，就是中国人。比如说像之前我去一个酒吧和一个朋友，然后一进酒吧门口的地方就是4个中国人，我一进去就听到他们在说中文，所以真的就是在这边中国人有很多，他们在这边我觉得一半儿一半儿吧，一半儿是留学生，留学生有很多，然后另一半儿可能就是在这里工作，但是我现在觉得可能留学生的人会更多。
So, by the sounds of it, it's just a lot of Chinese people everywhere. Half of the people are maybe students, maybe half are workers, but
Yeah，
UD says maybe more are actually students, probably. Yeah.
然后我最近发现一个很有意思的事情，就是其实可能不止中国人吧，这边你像日语的话是北托纳姆，你能猜到是哪里人吗？北托纳姆人，北托纳姆人，你猜他的英
Oh,
文？北托纳姆
Vietnamese.
啊，
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. A lot
北
of
托纳姆人
Vietnamese
就
people.
对越南人这边也有很多，可能尤其是我这边吧，我住的地方这边可能有很多越南人。然后我觉得特别有意思的事情就是，我之前在那个日本的寿司店打工兼职阿鲁拜托，然后就
Alabito.
是阿鲁拜托，就是你会发现在日本的寿司店厨房全都是越南人，就是可
Strange.
能对，可能你去到一个就是像那种很大的不是说那种小的寿司店，就是大的那种连锁店 chain store。连锁店的话，你去吃寿司，可能其实是越南人给你做的日本寿司。
Do they speak
然后
Japanese? Like, what's their Japanese like?
他们说吧，但是我觉得不是很好， 他们还是在说那个越南话吧，因为他们很多人都在那里，可能就直接他们就说越南话。然后包括前一阵儿我去一个韩国的饭店，我进去之后，像那些服务员啊，那些也全都是越南人。我当时
哇，
哇，其实这边有很多，这边是那个中国人很多，其实越南人也不少。但是而且越南人他们大多数都是来赚钱的，你知道吗？就是来这边，就是我疯狂打工、疯狂挣钱的那种。
I think that's a
嗯
good thing though, like lots of Chinese people. That's great for me because if I go there, it's great for you as well. We speak Chinese with
嗯
people. Um, and if there's lots of Vietnamese, did we say Vietnam, right? Vietnamese people.
嗯，
Are there any Japanese people in Tokyo? I'm just kidding. Uh, I had another question. What was it gonna? Oh yes. Okay. So this is not on my list of questions. This is just a
嗯，
random question.
都
What
走。
kind? What Japanese words do you find yourself using a lot every day?
Yabai，
Yabai.
嗯，Yabai。
Everything is just yabai.
你知道我之前也跟你说过，就是在中文里面有个词叫“卧槽”，
Yeah.
几乎几乎是一样的。哑巴，你知道你在这边就什么都可以说哑巴，就比如说今天天气哇哑巴哑巴，或者是你走在路上哇，突然一个 super hot girl，特别特别
Yabai.
辣的一个 girl，哦哑巴，就这种哑
Yaba.
巴，或者哑巴，
Can I just say yaba?
哑
Yaba.
巴
Wow, that's 高级, 好高级. Okay.
哑巴这种感觉。
Love it. Learning some Japanese. 10. Question number 10. Do you use more English or Chinese in Tokyo? And I'm going to make this a two-part question. Do you
嗯。
use more English or Chinese in Tokyo? And how's your Japanese now?
其实这3个语言，我现在每天用的最多的可能是中文和英文吧。
Strange.
就是像我在这边的朋友，可能就是中国人，然后可能后来认识了一些就是说英文的那些人，然后我有一些日本朋友和他们会说日文，但是我用的更多的，而且我可能更喜欢的还是说，相比来说的是英文吧，英文和中文。
What about your Japanese? Give us like a really quick update about your Japanese.
我的日文的话，其实还行，就是我觉得和我刚来日本的时候有了进步。但
Good.
是你知道，但是你也知道就是中国人的优势嘛，就是我可能在读 read 还有写 write 这方面 OK，但是可能听和说的时候可能就没那么厉害。
That's kind of similar to Chinese students learning English, right? Just the reading and the writing.
对，
But you've got the kanji, yeah.
对，因为我们是和那个学习，当时都是和中国人的老师学习嘛，所以大家讲的时候都是用中文，也没有练我们听和说。
I get it. I think these are actually, it's kind of interesting because even though I talk with Yutty, on the phone sometimes and we text each
嗯
other, some of these things that she's telling me, I didn't actually know before. So it's kind of cool. I'm actually, catching up with Yutty. It's good. But I think we should probably stop here because otherwise we're going to be talking forever and I'm going to be making captions forever until I die. So, well, let's just finish up here. So.